KnifeDope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Today's video is a good one. It is a reply video to a tag. I was tagged by the general himself, otherwise known as Lefty from Lefty's EDC, better known as the Amish Rockstar. He tagged me in a video series, I guess, that's been going around, where we are to talk about 5 knives in the collection that make us happy. Now, being that this is the weekend before the 4th of July, I initially wanted to select 5 knives that make me happy, and I wanted them to all be American made. That's what I was going with. But then the more I thought about it, I just said, fuck all that. Politics aside, I just wanted to give you guys 5 knives that make me happy. And I've got way more than 5. So I figured that I'd one of them that I wanted on the list, but I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to replace. So this is the honorable mention. This is the Chavez Street. I love it. This one is riding on taco bearings. This one was my first Chavez that I ever bought. And M390 blade steel, drop point configuration, compound grind. This knife makes me happy because it's a true work knife. You know, they built this knife to withstand whatever you could possibly think. We have 2 thick slabs of titanium, beautiful stonewash finish on these slabs, nice belt satin finish on the blade. Look at that blade stock. I mean, definitely up to the task. They even got that nice swedge there on the spine, so it'll pass through material very nicely. The taco bearings give it that action that I love. And what about that skull pocket clip? The infamous skull pocket clip. Just looking at that clip makes me happy. So this was honorable mention for the list. Let's get to the 5. 5 knives that make me happy. Now, the way I decided to put these in order was based on the price of the knife. So I'm going to start at the cheapest price, and then we'll work our way up to the most expensive one. Coming in hot. First one is from Spyderco, which should not come as a surprise to any of y'all. But this one right here originally was the Sage 5 lightweight rendition, which by itself made me quite happy. However, I stepped it up a notch. You know, I tell you, something that really makes me happy is when I mod these knives and when I personalize them. That's when I really enjoy the knives, you know, make it your own, so to speak. And that's what I did with this one. I put on these aftermarket Parsons Bladeworks scales. I think these are the best scales, hands down, that are available for the Sage 5 lightweight. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure I know of anyone else that's making lightweight scales for the Sage 5. But this right here actually is the perfect EDC. You know, some people may argue that the Para 3 or the Native 5, which are 2 great options, but I think when it boils down to it, I think I would choose the Sage 5 over those 2. But something I'm curious about, since we're talking about the Sage 5, is I do want to see how it is in size comparison versus the Para 3, which I just mentioned, as well as that Native 5. So, yeah, basically the same size across the board. Actually, the Para 3 looks like the biggest one, and then it looks like we're picking up second place there with that Sage 5. So yeah, it's basically the Goldilocks of these 3 knives, and it's fantastic. These scales give it such a premium feel, you know, and there was tons of milling done on the inside of the scales as well as all this milling on the outside, so the weight did not go up that much. Also went ahead and threw on that Rips Garage Tech milled titanium pocket clip. forward 50-50 finger choil does allow you to choke up and get that full purchase, no refund. Full purchase, no refund. That's right. Also utilizing Spyderco's compression lock, so it keeps your fingers out the way. Obviously, I've got a problem with that, so anytime that I can get a lock that's finger safe, I'm all for it. This is knife number 5 on my happy knife list. Okay, next one. Recent acquisition, but goddamn am I loving it. Making me happy, happy, happy. This is the Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger. This was my first Jack Wolf knife purchase ever. You know, primarily what they've been known for up until now, and what they've manufactured has been nothing but slip joints. And the slip joints they make, you know, are attractive. They're gorgeous, premium materials, but I'm not a slip joint guy. But this was their first attempt at a locking folder, and my Lord, did they crush it. Absolutely. We've got a nice clip point style blade with a full length hollow grind, super slicey as a fuck. Knife is riding on skiff bearings now. I put skiffs in there. The blade is deployed via your top flipper, or rather your front flipper, and you also got that cutout. Detent dialed the fuck in. She flies out, comes back to the house. Got this nice, rather gorgeous looking purple haze fat carbon inlay, well executed, very seamless. It's hard to tell the change of material. It just feels like one solid piece here. Titanium bolsters. This is a bolster lock. We've got a beautiful purple anodized, for the most part, deep carry pocket clip. Then they accented that with this purple backspacer. That's a full length backspacer, basically trying to give us the look and feel of a slip joint. You know, the back spring on a slip joint. This is fantastic. Even the acoustics on this little thing is money. I ended up, this knife is so nice that I ended up buying it twice. This is the user. The other one is safely stored away in a tube. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that one yet, but this is knife number 4 on my happy 5. This next one, oh man, brings me extreme amounts of joy. This one right here is Bout Business, AKA Big Mama, AKA the Spyderco Subvert. Now back to that whole personalization, customization thing I was mentioning. When I bought this knife, I had actually contemplated sending it back. The scales were horrendous. It's like a Halloween orange color, and it's a big knife. I didn't realize how big it was when I first ordered it. But once I had it in hand, and then I found out that I was gonna be able to customize it, I took a chance on it, and it makes me fucking happy. I went ahead and first thing I did was I purchased these custom micarta scales from Spencer, from Carbonize. I think they call this like a wave pattern, or wave milling, I think, or something like that, on the handles. Then I went ahead also and had him make me this carbon fiber backspacer. But the real star of the show is this beauty right here. This is the A Purvis Blade Works custom Timascus pocket clip. Look how big that damn clip is, people. I mean, that's a ton of Timascus. Action on this thing is straight drop. Detent is dialed the fuck in. This bitch will take a digit if you're not careful. You know, it will take a digit, and it won't feel bad about it. This is marketed as a self-defense knife. The blade shape on this is basically, I would call this a shillin / kukri cutter style blade shape. I think Nadia Moore is the designer on this. Maybe I'm butchering the name, but I could be wrong on that. Shout out to CPM on IG. He was the one who led me down this path with the Subvert. Spyderco just dropped a sprint run of the knife, and I had contemplated getting it. I really did. But then I looked at what I had already and realized that I'm totally content with this. Sometimes these knife companies make us feel like we have to buy these knives, these new versions, these updated releases, but that's not always the case. So here is number 3 on my list of happy knives, Spyderco Subvert, baby. Okay, we're getting down to the end here, and you know I had to do some American representation. How about we do it like this? Hinderer Eclipse, baby. Oh man, this isn't no ordinary Eclipse. This one has been customized by your boy. When I first bought this one, it came with just the Battle Bronze show side scale. It had stainless steel hardware and I think it was a Jade G10 show side scale. It was a flat grind with a flipper. We took care of all that. First thing I did was I bought that show side scale to match the backside. Then I bought the working finish hardware. Then more importantly, I sent this over to BGM Knives to have this beautiful deep hollow grind put on it, as well as the swedge on the tip. But we weren't done there. I told him to go ahead and cut that goddamn flipper off and give me a finger choil while you're at it. Then I went ahead and installed skiffs on it, and it's fucking money. Buttery smooth action. Just look at that. Straight hydraulic shit. Hit the switches. Fits in the hand wonderfully. True definition of a work knife, you know, and even by adding this grind on it now, it's a true slicer. I love it. This was my first Hinderer in the collection, possibly my last, but nonetheless, I've personalized it and it makes me happy. So that's number 4, or what is it? Yeah, number 4 on the list. Oh wait, we were counting that backwards? What were we doing? Number 2 on the list, goddammit. Okay, number 1. This one, not only is it my number 1 happy knife, it's my favorite knife in the collection at this point of my journey. This is the McNeese Mac II, or rather the McNeese PM Mac II 3.5 rendition in glorious CPM Magna Cum Laude. That's right, AKA Magna Cut. We've got similar vibes with this one as like the Hinderer here. This one, when I purchased it, was a flat grind. I immediately sent it down to John at BGM, told him to do what he do, put on that gorgeous, nice slicey hollow grind there, as well as that swedge at the tip. Another feature on this knife that I really love and makes me happy are these jigged handles. This is a rare version of this knife. They this version hardly hits the secondary, and they sell out instantaneously. I was fortunate enough that I was able to grab this on the secondary, and it ain't going nowhere no time soon. I love it. You should love it too. I went ahead and put skiffs on this one as well. D10 on this is dialed the fuck in. She flies out, comes back to the house. Also keeping that same American vibe going, I threw on an MXG Gear deep carry pocket clip. So yeah, we didn't lose any American value to this knife. Full American. What do you fuckers think? Do my happy knives make you happy? What are some of your happy knives? Tell me all about it. I'd love to hear it. I love the interaction. But before I forget, I need to tag some people to show us or tell us about their happy knives. And I've got 4 of them. First and foremost, I want to shout out and tag the other half of the Thebladecartel, my partner in crime, Duty Low, aka Kev from Duty's Daggers. Tag, you're it. Then we're going to go ahead and tag Mr. Nicholas Edwards from Behind the Edge. Great guy. He has shown me nothing but love since day one. Since he found out about my channel, he's done nothing but promote me, and I appreciate that. So tag, you're it too, Nicholas. How could we forget Jamie, aka Baby Hands from Blades and EDC channel, another guy who has been very integral in my YouTube career. He has helped me so much behind the scenes. I could never thank him enough. So Jamie, you're up too. Last but certainly least, the runt of the bunch, G-Ball from G-Ball Vision, otherwise known as Gary. Yeah, Gary, I want to see what your 5 happy knives are. Well, that's it, fuckers. There you have it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time, cut something, cut someone, just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers!